All right, project in the shop today. I'm gonna try to get as much as done this Memorial weekend on this trailer. I built this trailer myself, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 years ago now. I kind of did a lot of little things. You know, I got the axle from, I think, Northern and these fenders. Built my own hinge to hold the gate up. LED lights, they're still hanging in there. One of them I kind of bumped the other day. I built this drive-on drop gate. It's pretty good. I got it kind of long because I had low motorcycles that I put on it and low equipment, and the longer it was, a more gradual incline. Now today I'm going to try to refloor this thing, probably do some sanding and painting on it about once a year. I scuff it and paint it. You can kind of see there's thick coats of paint on it because it's just, you know, it was a practice or a design that I did myself that could hold 1 ton, which is what the axles are rated for, and be as light as possible. Let me get around this lift. And it's worked very, very well. It's very light to tow. It does bow a little if you get it close to the ton, but it works really well. This piece here, I bent when I was winching a piece of equipment up onto it, and it got stuck on the back, caught on the back, and only in a split second bent that little 1x1 bar. But yeah, it's really crazy because when I built this thing, you know, my wife said, why? And I said, well, pickup trucks have beds in them. You got a cover on the bed. Sometimes, I think at that time, I just had a couple SUVs, or I had enclosed vehicles with no bed for a moment in time, because I always have usually had a pickup. Well, when you want to haul something that you don't want to put up in a bed, or you want it to be very tall, and you run it low to the ground because it has a high center of gravity, you can throw it in here. And being that it hauls a ton, that's pretty much, you know, that hauls a little more than a ton in the back, but hauling a ton is usually stuff, and you need the floor space too. This is a 6x10. So what happens is, well, it's very quick to move around, very light, very nimble. You can move it around by yourself, unhooked from a vehicle, and you can load. I mean, I've used this thing thousands of times. It's so handy, like yard work, mulch, lawnmower movement, four-wheelers, motorcycles. Just the platform itself is incredible to have. So I would say to everybody, you know, at least have one of these kicking around if you got the space for it, because they're very handy. I'm going to pull this wood off here. I'll piece these together. Probably won't set it up or do any time-lapse stuff. I'll just piece together. I'm going to take the wood off of this and the wood floor off of it and refloor it with this new wood, and then and touch it up a little bit. I got to get some metal to fix that piece. I might make that piece along the front a little stouter. I don't know if I'll do that today. I'll probably do that a little bit later. Biggest project is going to be to replace this floor. But yeah, so I'll put different videos together of this as it goes. I want to try to knock this out. I got other things I'm doing, and I got a lot of running around I'm doing. So it'll be a couple day project just to refloor this and take care of some other things. All right. Yeah, continuing on with this project with my trailer here. I started to I straightened that metal piece out that was bent as best I could. I kind of ran over it with the truck to get it straight. I should have filmed that. And then I got a little more welding to do and get it smoothed out and ground out. But yeah, I used these screws here. They look like they're pretty cool so far. Let's see if it focuses here. Slip down my hand. I don't know if it'll focus or not. They're a wood to metal. They're Phillips. I kind of thought a star would be a little better. They work pretty good. They cut right through this tube steel. This is what's really underneath the front right here, is a piece of this 1x tubing. And I have to take this drill and drill through the top, and then it cuts right through the bottom like boom, nothing. So far I got these drill bits. I'll show them to you. They're said they're made by Vortex. They're this style here. so far they've been pretty cool. They cut right through, they center well. So far they're pretty neat. I got them off Amazon. I could maybe put a link in there. It says made in the USA, vortex point. Yeah, so far I think I saw some other guys that I follow, Fab Rats and those guys, using them, and I said, man, let me try those. And man, they like cut through this stuff like butter. Of course, it's not heavy steel. You know, you're looking 11 gauge probably. So it's not heavy, but it's still, you don't want to sit there and goof around a lot. One thing I did is I got my wood on, but the only problem I had was I bought this wood, I left it laying out there to dry a little bit, and it warped up on me because I had so many other things going. I didn't get to it in time, so it's my fault. But I think as I screw this down, I can straighten it all out. I've had some of that happen before over the years, and you can usually screw them down, straightens them out. You can kind of see here where it's screwed down, it evens them out. So yeah, so I'll keep going on this and show you guys as it gets done and if it does level out. There's a little gap beside it. I could have done maybe a filler board, but I'm not worried about it. I had the other boards were that way too. I actually kind of use that and drop my hooks for my stuff, because again, this is a light duty trailer. I've got a big heavy duty trailer that I use for heavy stuff, like anything. Like today, for instance, I went and got 2 tons of rock and used it on that 18 foot 5 ton. It's like nothing. It doesn't even know it's there. Truck doesn't even know it's there. So that's what I use for heavy stuff. This is for light furniture, motorcycles, things like that, anything up to a ton. So it's not going to be where I have to do anything really heavy. And so I was going to add a little more metal to it, maybe make it a little stronger, but I think it's okay. It's lasted, I was actually looking, it's about 8 years old, this trailer, and I built it just for fun one time, just threw it together to see. And it was an exercise, like I said earlier, in making it as light as possible and still haul a ton. It's got torsion axles. They seem to be holding up okay. I don't know if they'll, rubber will rot out in them or not. It might be that I got them where they bolt on, so I can always unbolt them, bolt on another set. But yeah, I'd repacked the wheel bearings not long ago, put another set of new tires on it. And now, after I put this on here, I'll stain it, and then with that timber oil over there, like I did the other trailer, and then sand it and paint it all, refresh it. But yeah, it's just a fun little quick project. I've been running and doing some other things here and there, and I'm trying to get this finished and get it out of the way. But yeah, I'll keep you posted and show you the progress. See you later. All right, you guys, here's the trailer on this trailer project I'm doing. Pulled it out here in the shade. I'm going to stain the floor. I just did this section on the back end of my trailer. I had stained my whole trailer the other day, but I run out of this timber oil that I use that soaks into the wood real good. It's a weather stain. It's that Thompson's Water Seal timber oil. It's in walnut. That's what I originally started with. And I had put a coat on it once, and then I put a second coat on it. I got a load of stone on it now. I'm going to put that, over by this gate. And I got some I'm putting up by the pool and over there at the end of that end of the wall right there for the back porch. But yeah, I got this. I just did this. It'll soak in. I might hit it with a second coat now that I got enough. But yeah, but then I'm gonna, this wood had set out a little bit, I think I told you, and it warped a little, and but it's seasoned enough that it'll hold a coat. Painted the frame, scuffed it up a little, painted it. It come out okay, and then I put these screws. I don't know if I showed you. They're pretty good. They drawed it down real well. I had to pre-drill through one part of the tubing, otherwise it would butt up against it and stop. So, but that was because it was tube. If it was a flat piece of angle, it'd cut right through it. Those did real well. So yeah, so the little trailer project's coming along nice. I'll stain the floor there, show it to you, then that'll be done. I fastened the wiring up underneath real good, and I straightened this piece of metal out. I was going to buy another one, but I went ahead and straightened it, re-welded on there. I straightened it by kind of driving over it with the truck. Got it pretty straight enough for this little beast. I don't know if you can see, it's a little tiny bit. That's as straight as I could get. I probably could have put it in my press, but I don't want to dig it out and do all that. And it would have maybe got it a little straighter, but it probably would have flattened it out a little more. So it's fine. It got it back usable. Because like I say, this thing does really well for what it's designed to do. It's just it was a fun little project to build. I've built several trailers over the years. Haven't ever built a big car hauler trailer, but I need to. I think it'd be fun to do one day. I'd like to build an off-road trailer, but yeah. So I'll just I'll stain this floor, show you the guy's finished product, and then yeah, that'll be it for this project. See you later. Alright, you guys, here's the finished product. It's a walnut stain. It's over pressure treated. What it does is it weathers, and then over time then you have to come back and stain it again, and it gets darker. It's to protect the wood even though it's pressure treated. I used a paint before, like a gray utility paint, and it kept peeling up because the wood expands and contracts, where this is part of the wood. So yeah, it looks good right now, but it'll weather, and then I'll paint it darker, and it'll end up looking darker like the other trailer. But yeah, so I refloored this little 6x10 and repainted it, repaired the damaged part on it, cut it off and bent it back and re-welded it on and straightened it out, checked all the wiring, repainted everything pretty much and preserved it. And it's good for what it's designed for. It's a handy little thing. And there's this little leg that I made. It swings up in place, and you put the pin through, and that holds it up. Like that. Works pretty good. Just swings up, it holds it. And you can move this thing around with just one hand like nothing. It probably weighs, I'd be surprised if it was 450 pounds. It seems delicate, but I mean, I've had a lot of stuff on this thing. A lot. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's the end of this project, and I'll move on to another. I got to put down some stone and then get back to work doing yard work and stuff, but then finish that up and get back to work on the old 66 in here. Still got to install the winch on my truck, my Super Duty down there. But anyways, all right, you guys, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.